So right now we are seeing Keir Starmer, the leader and the Prime Minister of the UK, politically speaking, doing damage control as it's been found out that Peter Mandelson had a close relationship with Epstein and even shared government files with Epstein. Now, Keir Starmer knew that Epstein and Peter Mandelson had a strong, very strong friendship. It's been long known. The picture of Epstein and Manson, sharing a birthday cake, following the conviction of Epstein. It was known that this so-called new Labourite or Peter Mandelson. This is the same man who. Oh, this is also a reason why karma is so sweet. The demons of our time, the most demonic forces of today, the ones that feel like they're untouchable and they have great amount of power behind them. Well, when investigations are done, when hopefully there'll be a thorough investigation of the Epstein files, you find out a lot of these people have been implicated in the Epstein files, insofar that they may have been involved with some of the activities of the Jeffrey Epstein, or they've been involved in some sort of deeply nefarious activities, which seem to suggest that these people are not the moral, upstanding people that they want you to believe. This so-called Lord Peter Mandelson. It also goes to show the complete moral disgrace of our establishment, in that they would award him lordship, and even he was able to retain his lordship despite everyone knowing for years and years that he was friends with Epstein. This is a man who, obviously, I knew was somebody who not only was immoral, but also did not want the best for the country, even before it was known that he was sharing, secret government files to Epstein for whatever reason. But one can guess that this man has no real allegiance to the nation of Britain, seeing that he's a Zionist and he wants to support his sort of racial supremacy. That's another discussion entirely, because even though Trump is mentioned plenty of times in the Epstein files, and to a degree which shocks, the biggest January 6th conspiracy theories, Trump was involved in some really dark shit, really dark shit. But Peter Mandelson is a man who did not want the best for the country, and this is made evident by the fact that he did not want Jeremy Corbyn in power. He didn't want Jeremy Corbyn to be leader of the Labour Party. This is obviously, and why would you not want somebody who was going to tax the rich, somebody who was going to ensure that there was greater equality in society, greater opportunity in society, that the labour force, the working class have greater powers, greater, are empowered. Why would you not want that? Unless you have some sort of, there are multiple conflicts of interest with the working class of Britain. This is why the new Labourites, the Tony Blairs of the world and the Peter Mandelsons of the world, and now, of course, Keir Starmer is a child of that new Labour. And this is kind of the reason why it's important from a PR point of view that Keir Starmer does separate himself from Peter Mandelson, because it does show that the complete moral degradation of the so-called New Labour project, the kind of and we can see this with Tony Blair being completely unpopular. He's a completely demonic, evil, just unlikable character at this point of time. Even though he had 2 terms because he had that charisma. But that charisma is just that icing on the top of a cake made of shit. You just peer under that and you see a demon, and this is what we see with Peter Mandelson. This is a person who try to give off the impression that he's a sensible centrist. These people are not sensible. These people are not moral. These people do not believe in liberal values. These people do not care about democracy. These people want the fruits of a liberal democracy in terms of they want the financial advancement. They want the ability to make money. They want, this is kind of why him and Epstein, kind of like following the kind of defeat of Labour in 2010, he sought advice from Epstein as to how he could get a lucrative role in in these huge high value conglomerates. And these people do not care about the people. They don't. This is why these people very easily turn to anti-immigrant sentiments, because it's the easiest way to distract from what their real aim is, to maintain power, and the fact that they don't really care about the average UK person, irrespective of what ethnicity. You could, they don't even care about the so-called, the even people who are Anglo-Saxon, 100 generations back. They don't care about the working class. They don't care about the hard worker. They want to just, reap the cream of the crop of what is available to them in society. They don't want to advance themselves, advance their career, and live their own disgusting, immoral lives, which involve the kind of the moral degradation of billionaires like Epstein. Because here's it's something that involves psychology and understanding psychology. That when billionaires have achieved great heights, and they've acquired a lot of wealth by exploiting the labor force or by gaming the system and feeling that they are better than everyone else, obviously these people want the next high. They want the next, and of course for them, they can buy islands and they can take drugs. These people can do things that are just unthinkable to the modern, the everyday person. But they're looking for the next taboo, and for them the next taboo is the thing that is unthinkable to the average person. And it stems from this, from their primary belief that they are better than all of us, that they are, they have some sort of and this is not all billionaires, but the sort of Elon Musk, the people who are on the Forbes top 10 list, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeffrey Epstein, these people are very much implicated in the immorality of the worst of the worst of the Epstein files, even despite being convicted of sex trafficking. Jeffrey Epstein was sought for by Elon Musk. Elon Musk really wanted, following, following, his, the downtime of Christmas, he really wanted to party hard on Jeffrey Epstein's island. This is despite knowing the kind of the weird sex allegations and of his convictions. And now, why would you ask that unless you had some disgusting kind of intentions? This is a man who doesn't really, he's not a truth teller. And you can see the kind of elites, the people who are the real elites. Trump is also an elite. Elon Musk is an elite. Jeffrey Epstein is an elite. Peter Thiel is an elite. These people are about believing that they're above everyone else. They do not believe in sharing a common, goodwill towards our species, or as humanity, as community. These people are, and as a result, whether it's through some psychological trauma, there's some sort of disconnect from the rest of society. They lack the emotional intelligence. They're not very happy people, a lot of these people, and so they seek a high. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That'd be very much appreciated. Thank you.